Previously, we saw that we can pass data from parent to children via props. And now we are going to see how to pass the data from children to parent, actually by using events. So let's increase a little bit the complexity of our app. And what we would like to see now is what do we have here on this app. So I have an app.jsx, which is actually in white with the border blue. And actually, I should put just the BG Blue, right? BG Blue 500. There we go. And inside this app.jsx, we've got our header.jsx that is here in yellow. And inside this header.jsx, we got a child actually here, which is injected directly as a children from the app.jsx. And we can see that all the data come from here, the scope of app.jsx. So we jump over the scope of the header. We don't catch here some props. We pass directly the data from app.jsx. Okay, this is a good way to change the color of our BG Blue 500 that we've got in here. If we look deeper into the menu that we pass, we also have this menu which is in red. And inside this menu, we've got a local menu item. At this point, if you are a junior, this level of complexity is a bit complex for you. It's too much. But you will understand that with this level of complexity, we can still here, as we can see, pass props. And here the name prop is actually coming from where? From here app. So we override here the header. We don't need to pass the prop on the header. And at the end, we also pass all the items here, the home, the profile, the notification that I got just here. Let's say that in the menu, we would like to have a button to change the color of app.jsx. Is that doable? Totally yes. So let's just create here a function, change app color, okay? So let's say that this function here would actually emit an event, do something, okay? So can I do it from the menu? Not really. What we would like to do is to pass it directly from app to my component just in here. So let's remove this BG Blue. And instead, we would like to have a dynamic color. So let's call it again background color, exactly like before. And we've got this BG Blue here. What I would like to do is to make it dynamic. And we already saw the dynamic styling before. Here we've got our style, okay. And we've got here, we used to have a border. But let's say that we're going to call here our background color that we got there. And suddenly, there we go. I'm just going to add some padding. I think it was padding 1 or padding 2. It would be better. And okay, if I have a button, okay, called change color. Okay, this function, actually, we change our background color. If you remember well, we are going to use user state because this is the way to keep the state directly inside our app. There will be a dedicated listen on that. So here, there we go. And let's say that when I click on that, we're going to change the color to BG purple 500. Okay, so this function, change color, could be triggered by a button. And let's just put it at the end here. At the end in here, there we go, change color. Okay, and when I click on it, okay, and so I'm going to add an on-click function here, and we would have change color. When I click on it, I can change the color from app.jsx. Okay, so here we can change the color from app.jsx on the same scope. But remember here, this menu here, we can basically pass to it the function set background color directly. Let me explain to you. So I'm going to remove this button and just going really deep inside, going to menu item, okay? And I'm going to put my button, so here, directly inside. So here it's really dumb to do that, but it's just for the demonstration to show you how deep is it. We would have, instead of every element, we would have different change menu color here. So how would I pass this function so deep? What I can do is to use this set background color and to add it here as a prop. So if I had set background color as a prop of menu, directly inside my menu, down here, I can have set background color. And set background color can be passed also to menu item. And now I need to go up on menu item to get set background color. And I can change set background color to BG purple 500 directly from down there. So here, let's look at it. The problem is that here we see that from BG blue here, it's going to be triggered immediately by set background color just down there. Because here, what we do, we don't call it, we call it directly as a function, but we don't call it here this way. All right, so let's have a quick look at it because my demonstration was a bit long. On app.jsx, we've got the background color here variable. That is applied by default to app.jsx. And what we want to do, we want to go really deep into the green land here and be able to click and change the color from app.jsx. So what we pass, we directly pass our set background color, which is attached to the use state here variable, and we pass it as a prop. We could have passed it as a prop to header, but here we jump over header because we use menu as a child. And we pass our set background color directly on the menu. And at the end on the menu, I directly have here my menu and I can pass it to my menu item. Of course, instead of having menu item here, probably I could have the children here, okay? And just declare here instead of the children inside my menu, put my menu item here. It's just for the example that I'm doing that, okay? So we've got that. And now let's see if we can change the color directly from this fourth component level. If I click, we can see that suddenly it changed the color from blue to purple. This is what we can call an event. Through this event, we emitted actually the function that we wanted to pass, which is here coming from basically the state here. If it was a function, exactly like I did before, and I removed it, but it was just for the example to go faster, I would pass also the function and it would do exactly the same, okay? The only thing that you would need to do here in that case is to change the name of the function that you receive in menu and menu item, okay? So basically, events in React are actions or occurrences that happen in the browser, such as clicks, form submission, mouse movement, etc., etc. Okay, so this event appears because here I'm using the user state function, but I could do events also directly with the onClick function and change color. Okay, so the thing is that when we write class components, for instance, we need to use this. In this case, I'm not using this event handler. This is another case that we're going to see also later. But we use instead these synthetic events. So I have here my click function that helps me to create some event that is happening directly inside the scope. I hope the demonstration was not complicated. It was just to show you how deep you can pass the events and emit the information. Of course, directly from here, if I would have a function that would send some information, so let's say that I'm just going to remove the, just put the item in here instead of having this background color. Let's say I would have a function called emit data, okay? And on click, I would emit the data directly from menu item to the parent, okay? On this top level, I can catch this event. So I called it emit data. So emit data would be a function that would catch an event. So I can alert this event, okay? And emit data, I need, of course, to pass it directly from my menu to my menu item just down here, okay? So remember, here I'm passing it this way. And now when I click here, we can see that nothing appears. I got profile, sorry. So here we can see that I got notification, profile, and home. So here I'm passing data from the last child directly to app doing that. And here I can catch, of course, the event target value if I'm passing an HTML event. But if I'm passing here an item, I would do this, the item. Here I put E, but it was actually an item. So here we got home, we got profile, we got notification. This is how events are working in React. This was an explanation that is related to the props. We will see later that we got some other kinds of events that we can trigger together in another lesson.